does KFC taste like in Japan? Is it finger-licking better, or just downright weirder than what we're used to back home? Hey everybody, and welcome back to Lave TV, and episode 3 of my American Fast Food in Japan series. So far, we've tackled Japanese McDonald's and Shake Shack, but today we're diving beak first into the world of Kentucky Fried Chicken, Japan style. Let's watch.
It could mean actual advances in the field of science.
It's almost as if you've been doing too much science.
I was recently in Japan and thought, what better way to embrace the culture than to eat some Kentucky Fried Chicken? Turns out KFC is a thing in Japan. Who knew? I'm going to be rating Japanese KFC on my Colonel Weird-O-Tron scale. Starting on the normal end, we have classic Colonel Sanders, and then we get weirder and weirder until we get to Kentucky Fried Colonel Sanders on the other end. Yes, the man himself crusted instead of the chicken. Basically, the weirder the food is, the weirder the Colonel rating. And stick around until the end for my final weirdness rating on Japanese KFC. Colonel Sanders touched down in Japan in 1970, and somehow the whole country decided that this is the Christmas meal. Forget turkey, forget ham. Over here, it's a bucket of the Colonel's finest on the holiday table. And if you think I'm kidding, Google it. People order their Christmas KFC weeks in advance, like it's some kind of poultry Black Friday. I indulged in the Shinjuku KFC, located on the bottom floor of the Godzilla Hotel. Giant lizard on top, fried chicken at the bottom, because nothing pairs better with a monster attack than a 2-piece combo and some fries. KFC from the outside, it's all sleek and modern, but the interior is small and cramped. Like the Colonel wanted you to really get to know your neighbors. It's basically a long, narrow hallway with seats lining both walls. KFC's menu in Japan is wild. Forget your bucket of original recipe. This place is serving up stuff I've never seen at a KFC before. We're talking a cheese chicken filet burger, a custard pudding pie, a demi twister, whatever that is. And then there's the demikatsu egg burger, the double chicken filet burger, and even a Japanese-style chicken cutlet burger. Feeling fancy? We'll try the pepper mayo twister or the teriyaki twister. It's like the Colonel went on a world tour and came back a whole new man. Okay, so what did I end up ordering? Well, I went with the dry chicken filet burger because who doesn't love their chicken sandwiches described as dry? And of course, I had to pair it with some potato fries. Keeping it simple, but you know, I'm hoping for that KFC magic. Let's see if the Colonel delivers, or if he leaves me stranded in Dryville, population this burger. First impressions, it's pretty small, like it was designed for a snack break, not a full meal. The breading is super light, maybe too light, and it's stacked with lettuce. As for the taste, well, it's light on seasoning and doesn't really scream KFC. It's more of a polite whisper. Honestly, it gave me school lunch flashbacks, and not the good kind. Definitely not the Colonel's finest hour. Now onto the fries. Visually, they're like McDonald's fries after a summer glow up. A little more golden and radiant. But the portion size is more of a snack than a side. Taste-wise, these fries are very potato forward, like they want to remind you where they came from. Lightly salted, which keeps the flavor subtle. Honestly, paired with that sandwich, this whole meal felt like a diet version of KFC. If you're counting calories, this might be your moment. And in a plot twist, I ended up back at that same KFC later that week. Why, you ask? Well, we were stuck in Tokyo thanks to a typhoon. When life gives you storms, you make fried chicken runs. This time though, the place was so packed we couldn't even find a seat. Imagine a line of soggy tourists, all with the same brilliant idea. So we grabbed our food and took it back to the hotel room. Not exactly fine dining, but hey, when in Tokyo. For round 2 at KFC, I kept it simple. Chicken nuggets and a biscuit with honey maple syrup. Because nothing says typhoon survival kit quite like bite-sized chicken and a buttery carb bomb, drenched in liquid gold. KFC's chicken nuggets have got that familiar nugget shape, kind of like McDonald's McNuggets, but visually they're more breaded than crispy. Like these nuggets are dressing business casual, not party ready. Taste-wise though, they're kind of flexing on McNugget. McNuggets. The KFC herbs and spices actually give them a real chicken vibe, which is a refreshing twist for something nugget shaped. It's like if McNuggets decided to take a gap year and find themselves. But the biscuits though, KFC's biscuits in Japan are wild. First off, they've got a flaky texture like a croissant, but they're shaped like a donut. Already we're off to a weird and wonderful start. Then you drizzle on that honey maple syrup and suddenly it's like a biscuit, croissant, and waffle all decided to form a supergroup, and it works. It's such a natural combo that I can't believe I have never tasted this before. The flavor is pure magic. It's like a biscuit with waffle dreams and croissant confidence. Hands down the star of the show. I'm almost sorry I ate this because now I'm gonna crave these back in the States. So how does KFC Japan rank on the Colonel Weird-O-Tron? Well, for menu items, I'm giving them a solid 4 out of 6. Landing squarely on sexy anime Colonel. I mean, when you've got croissant and biscuit donut hybrids and demi-katsu burgers, you've earned it. Actually, you know what? With all the weird Christmas food they offer, I'm gonna bump this up to a 5 out of 6, or a gold finger looking good Colonel. For a restaurant vibe though, it's a sad 1 out of 6. The plain old classic Colonel, tiny and cramped. And for taste, it's a 2 out of 6, or Wrestler Colonel. The food's light and decent, but the maple honey biscuit really body slammed my taste buds. Alright, time for the final verdict. My overall rating for KFC Japan is, drumroll please, a respectable 3.5 out of 6. Which lands somewhere between Robot Colonel and Sexy Anime Colonel. The creative menu items were a highlight, even if the restaurant itself felt like an afterthought. Sure, it wasn't mind-blowing, but it had just enough weirdness and flavor to keep me coming back, even if that second trip was mostly typhoon-driven desperation. Not bad, KFC Japan. Not bad at all. And that's it! Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this finger-licking adventure, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave me a comment telling me your favorite KFC item. Bonus points if it's something really weird. Plenty more fast food weirdness is on the way, so don't miss out. And I'll catch you next time on Leif TV.